Hi guys, good morning. This is Daniel. Welcome to my channel, Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. Anybody that's interested in getting a Patreon subscription, please go over to patreon.com, look up Engelgeist. You can choose a level of support there if you want to do a monthly subscription. You'll get the daily forecast a day early. There's also other readings that are available only over there, like my Cupid's Love reading and the Guardian, the Archangel message for the month. This is the daily forecast for May 30th, which is Saturday. It's the end of our week. We had quite a few interesting cards this week. This is not necessarily a only set for Saturday as far as this forecast goes. It's for you whenever you find it. It's the intention is set at the highest good for all that watch it. So if you're watching this on a day that's not May 30th, that's okay. There might still be a message in these cards for you or something that I say that might ring true for you. So please continue to watch. But for those of you that watch with me regularly and tune in, we're building upon the energy of this week. We're ending out the week. We have that Spirit of Cups energy, which is technically like the Knight of Cups. Usually like a love offering, but this deck is so different in its depictions. I feel like this is more about us going inward, finding ourselves, transforming ourselves, especially with that Moon card that we saw in yesterday's forecast. A lot of heavy hitters have shown up this week as far as major arcana. I think that there's a lot of shifts and changes going in the world as we reopen society, or, you know, in certain states, people are beginning to phase back into the world. What does that mean for them? So I think that's part of also why we're seeing a lot of these bigger cards. People are shifting and changing and making choices that we don't really even understand, as we're just rolling with everything in the moment. So let's see what's going on with the energy. What do people need to know? We also have our unboxing videos up on the channel, just so you know about that. For June's decks, they promise to be sort of interesting. They're going to be a little bit star-seed energy, a little bit more broader spectrum planetary energy. It should be interesting to see what happens. Wow, the Sorcerer. I believe this is the Magician. God, we are not ending out on a light note this month, are we not? Where's the book? Let me see. I think this is the Magician, or is this... This is not... No, this is not the devil, is it? Oh my god, if this is the devil, bitch, I am, like, going home. This could be the devil. Shit, I said that like 2 days ago. I was like, if we see the devil this week, it is the devil, motherfucker! Excuse my language. I'm sorry, guys. This is the devil. I think I called him into the spread this week. I said something on a previous forecast that if the devil shows up this week, we're in big trouble. Oh my god. Okay. I at least find this to be hilarious, only because... Alright, you guys, I don't know, those of you that watch in the mornings with me, I know that you're paying attention, and I know that you're all like just peeing your pants right now. I hope you are, at least. I am. I feel like this is I almost feel like this is spirit poking fun at us a little bit. To me, the devil is about transformation. I think I said this at the beginning of the week when we had the death card leading off. It was like the 3 cards nobody wants to see is the death card, Tower card, and the devil, and boom, here they all are. They've all shown up, coupled with, like, I think we had the Empress this week, we had the Moon, we had quite a few, even the Two of Cups was powerful this week. There was a lot of, like, heady energies going on this week. Alright, so, where do I want to go with this? This snake instantly takes me to this place of, like, the Garden of Eden, taking the apple that, you know, we're not supposed to have, or tempting fate, pushing stuff and trying to see what we can get away with, maybe being lazy, maybe being in our addictions, caught up in ourselves. It could be the tumultuousness of that moon energy that we were feeling yesterday. But this Spirit of Cups energy underneath this devil to me speaks to this idea of this devil is here to transform us. It's here to challenge us. It's here to show us who we are avoiding in a way, right? Who have we sort of shackled ourselves to, or have we considered ourselves to be stuck to, right? Aspects of ourselves that we don't necessarily like. This is something that I do like about this card is that we have this wheel of light here with these two wings up above all of this. So to me, there's an opportunity here for transcendence. There's an opportunity to like sort of face challenges down and transmute them. That's also the energy of the snake. He's wrapped all around this cross. He's almost like crucified to the cross, which is interesting because this is sort of Jesus-y imagery on the devil card. It is early. I've only had one cup of coffee, so bear with me, folks, as I use the word Jesus-y. But I do feel like snakes represent that idea of like sort of the shedding of layers of skin, the transmutation of certain aspects that maybe are negative, that we can sort of transform and turn it into something that is a positive. I think that this week is no exception to this rule as far as the different cards that we've seen. And I look at some of the things. I mean, I'm just going to use something from a personal example. I did not sleep very well last night. I'm taping this a day early, so you guys will be seeing this tomorrow. I know that's a little confusing, but this morning as I'm doing this reading, I'm a little bit tired because I was wide awake at 1:30 in the morning. I actually had to take Tylenol PM because I could not go to sleep. And I was checking in with myself and I was anxious. All of this stuff that's going on in the world, not only pandemic wise, but we've got this gentleman, I can't think of his name right offhand, but this gentleman that's all over Facebook right now for having been killed by those police. It's all so disturbing. Like, the fact that they kneeled on his neck just breaks my heart. And it's like, nobody should be treated that way. No matter what color their skin is, no matter what they've done, who they are. And it's just deeply upsetting. I mean, for me personally. So I think that for me personally, where I'm attributing this devil card today is sort of facing some of these fears about where is this society going as a whole. What are the challenges that face us? What are the easier things? Is it easier for us to, and I want you guys to look at this at a macro level and at a micro level, which would be like more of the world as a whole as macro, and us, our own selves within our day-to-day environment as the micro version of this, right? The microcosm is, where are we in fear? Where are we avoiding or not looking or choosing not to see what's going on, what's haunting us? Like this devil card is challenging us in a way. I feel like it's interesting to me that this snake is all wrapped up in this cross. And I'm not a highly religious person, and I don't think less of religious people, right? But I do think that there's a lot of sort of wrong in the world that's hid under the ideas of sort of religion, politics, things that are supposed to be there, that are supposed to help us and govern us and, you know, make the world a better place. And I don't necessarily think that the world is being made into a better place right now. I feel like people's faith is being challenged. I feel like, you know, the devil is at the doorstep, right? He is here to show us kind of exactly who we are. And so, I do think that there's an opportunity for transcendence. These wings with this light up here above everything makes me not only feel like connect to our own transcendence, our own growth from these situations or whatever we're dealing with, whatever we might be struggling with in our day-to-day life, but also what we're looking at in social media, on the media, the challenges that we're faced with, the sort of misinformation. I saw an article yesterday about fake video now being a thing, right? That it's going to be a challenge going into the future because people can now produce videos that look such high quality of, say, politicians doing wrongdoings during political elections to sway voters in certain ways that is totally inappropriate and like incorrect. And that this is something we need as a society to be on the lookout for going forward. You know, we see Zuckerberg talking about how he doesn't feel as though Facebook should police whether or not actual articles are valid and truth bearing, right? And so I think all of this is that devil energy, right? All of this is that sort of, that's what we saw with the moon yesterday. It's like we're being challenged not only globally to trust our own intuition and our own inner knowing and navigate, but and we also saw Pachamama, which was the world yesterday, right? The earth. And so to me it feels like when I look at this card, these things are significant, and they're significant not only to our own growth and our own transcendence or evolution, but also to the planetary evolution, right? And where do we fit in this spectrum? And I think the devil challenges us to sort of find that. You know, in more traditional tarot, the devil is also associated with addictions, laziness, sloth, you know, any of the sort of 7 deadly sins, that sort of a thing. If there's any of that going on in your life, I would certainly try and attempt to address it. I would say go easy on yourself, only from the standpoint that the devil is also a card where he wants to come in and he wants to have us sort of abuse ourselves, right? He wants us to be down on ourselves. He wants us to sort of only look at what's not working or beat ourselves up. And in a way, that's the service that he does for us, is he strengthens us in our awareness of self if we utilize his sort of challenges in a way that is beneficial to us, right? If we sort of rise to the occasion, face everything head on, whatever it is we don't want to look at, we have to look at it. We have to transmute it. It's almost like we have to sort of walk through the fire, right, to get to the other side, so to speak. And so the devil produces those moments for us. And that's what I feel like this card is about, right? Is that there's a lot of challenging experiences going on in our lives right now, not only like globally, but also probably internally in our day-to-day world. Like for those of you that might be going back to work, or, you know, the reopening of society and where do we fit into that, you know, that's a challenge in and of itself. That's a fear that we have to face of going back out, and are we, you know, are we going to get sick? Is it better to get sick? You know, do we want... It's just so many questions, right? And I think all of these questions produce confusion, they produce unease, they produce self-doubt, and all of these things are energy of the devil, right? All of these things are represented to me in the devil card. They shackle us to that sort of fear, that anxiety, and that worry. But what it's trying to do is I believe the devil is trying to show us who we are and where we need work, where we are weak, where we are not on firm foundations. That Tower energy card. Let's see what's going on in the mystical shaman. I cannot believe this card showed up this week. Oh wow. The giveaway. This is a beautiful card. Now this, to me, looks like this light that we have up here, it's like her reaching towards that. Because you see these wings here, and then we see these wings on her arm there? I mean, not to, I almost feel like in the giveaway, she's telling us to sort of let go of this stuff. It's card number 23, which boils down to a 5, which to me speaks to the idea of change, imminent change. The devil challenges us to change ourselves by looking at the parts of ourselves we don't want to see, or the parts of society that we don't want to, you know, I don't want to say don't want to believe in, but that we don't agree with. And how do we interact with those things in an appropriate and sort of productive manner? The giveaway to me feels like us reaching for this light, for this transcendence, for this, you know, the divinity within. How do we reach for that and stay strong? How do we, you know, force that change within ourselves to transmute these, like, you know, more anxious energies or energies that aren't serving us to be able to, you know, evolve in a way. And each and every one of us sort of needs to do this and be conscious that we are doing it. I love that her focus is on this light that's up above. I love that she has the wings. It's this energy at the top of this card here. To me, there is hope in this card. There is actually education. There's awareness in this devil card. But there is some sort of hurdles, some you know, challenges that we have to deal with. This cross is no joke. Like, this is not, to me, it feels like, you know, big issues or society, things like society or whatever that we have to face, where we fit in that world, how we fit ourselves in there. Let's look at the giveaway's meaning. I can't believe that he showed up. All right, the giveaway, the essence. The giveaway is the gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. You can only give what is truly yours: a smile, a nod of encouragement, a gentle touch, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but gifting that which is most precious: your authentic love and genuine feelings. And I feel like before I read any further, that's also what the devil is challenging us to sort of um, honor in a way. Like, I feel like he's sort of challenging us to, like, to me, this is sort of like the chalice of knowledge, and he's got his sort of forked tongue in it. You know, this is about self-knowledge and grounding in that awareness of who we are and not letting self-doubt to creep in. This giveaway card is asking us to get to the truest forms of ourselves and utilize from that place. The invitation: make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it, and to share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of scarcity and open yourself to the abundance that surrounds you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. The medicine. It is difficult for you to set limits on how it is it difficult for you to set limits on how much of yourself you give? If you give more than is healthy, then you will not be able to give for long. You'll feel resentful with your partner or associate, or you'll feel like the world owes you something in return. Notice if you give for any reason other than pure generosity. Are you trying to be liked or accepted? Are you hoping to heal an old wound? Start giving to yourself first and foremost. Offer yourself the care, the love, the time, and the acceptance that you are longing for. Once you experience plenty, then you can truly give to others. So I think during these challenging times, as we're looking at this devil card, he challenges us to, are we able to give to ourselves? Do we love ourselves enough to sort of live from our heart, even in a crazy world like the one we live in right now? As challenged as we are, can we find the light within us and emanate that light out into this world? Certainly the world needs it, I believe, at this time. The grounding stone for the day is joy. So the energy of joy to me is a very high vibrational energy. It's hummingbird medicine, right? And so when you think about how quickly hummingbird moves, right, and how fast, how like he can pivot and move in different directions very quickly and swiftly. Joy energy to me is a wonderful antithesis to what is going on in this devil card. It also is sort of the brightness that we see in this giveaway card, right? That emanation of joy, that true gratitude. Right? When we're in true gratitude, we can sense and feel that joy. And then when we can give away that joy, or when we can share that joy with others, it's infectious, right? It's similar to, like, we can start our own sort of joy pandemic today, if that's possible. We are challenged by this devil card today. There's no doubt about it. But I think that, you know, This is the challenge that all of us face right now in today's world on a bigger, more larger scale. For those of us that aren't necessarily dealing with immediate challenges in our face, I would look at how are the things that we're looking at in the news and in the media, how are they having an effect on us? How are they challenging us? Are they affecting our joy? Are they affecting our ability to love freely? Are they affecting our ability to feel safe? Are we dimming our shine and not reaching towards our light, making an active choice to reach towards our light? These are all things to contemplate today. That is your forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. I love you. Bye-bye.